Malik Andrews.
Hey, Giannis. I'm wondering, when you look over the last couple of years, you've always been someone who prioritizes, who emphasizes, who obsesses, who focuses on the process of getting to winning. I'm wondering if anything has changed or what you've learned in that time that you're going to apply this year.
Nothing, just take it day by day, try to get better. Um, try to stay locked in, try to stay in the present. And, I know when the time is right and, I'm going to be able to, focus in whatever I can do to, help my team win.
Is there any added motivation for you after what happened in the bubble against the Miami Heat last year?
For sure. Nobody wants to play not to win, and then, the Beatles last year, 4-1. Obviously, we have everybody in the team have a little bit of extra motivation, and we want to be the team that advances to the next round. And I think guys are in a good place mentally, and hopefully we can go out there and get game one.
Last one for me, Giannis. PJ said that he sometimes feels like he needs to not just talk for himself, but be the vocal person for Chris, for you sometimes when you're more quiet, for Bobby when he doesn't talk very much on the court. What have you noticed from him in that sort of, is it less silence than there was in previous years, or what have you noticed there?
No, for sure, there's less silence. Yeah. PJ's been vocal a lot, and that's what he got to do. He's a vet. He's been around. He's been in those situations more than others, and we need him to keep doing this. But everybody leads in a different way. And some people are vocal. Other people lead by example. Other people pull players on the side more. But no, he's doing his job. He's doing really well.
Thank you.
Zora.
All year, you all have switched things up both offensively and defensively. Coach Bud has kind of taken chances with different adjustments. How do you find that variety during the regular season has made preparation this week look a little similar? So when Coach Bud is presenting the game plan, do you feel like it's things that you all have been working on all season, or do you feel like it's stuff that's all new?
No, it's things that we're working on, the whole season, and obviously, it's you got to do more intense, and you got to be more detailed, and usually when we go through the game plan, we go through the two, three best players on the team, and we have a way that we operate. Now we got to be able to, the way that we operate might not be the way that we got to play against Miami, So as I said, our game plan is a little more detailed, personnel, very detailed. We got to know what each player does, what he likes to, which move he likes to get to, which side on the floor he likes to execute on, and we just got to do it with a lot more effort.
The beginning of the season, you had this really interesting quote about the fact that like plan A, and then you got to be ready for plan B. Like their punch, you got to have the counter punch, right? Is that now where you have to exhibit those things is in the playoffs? Would you agree with that?
But it's not about their punch; it's about our punch. Our punch was the regular season. It was the first punch. Now we got to be able to have a second punch, and that's what's gonna make us great. Hopefully, we prepared enough in the regular season and put ourselves in a position to get better and build good habits throughout the regular season, and now we're able to execute the second punch, which is basically you just gotta do what you do with more effort. Don't expect anything from the referees. Don't expect anything from our opponents, or don't expect things gonna go our way, because probably doesn't. But we got to be able to keep stay locked in, stay together, and keep executing until the end of the game, and hopefully we're the team that win the game.
This season, you've been very open about the fact that you're in a good like mind space, right? And just the way that you're attacking things. And you weren't necessarily looking for wins and losses. It was about good habits, and you weren't getting too high, too low, etc. Does that continue? That Giannis, you bring that Giannis into the playoffs?
Yeah, that's me. I wasn't different Giannis, or it's not like I have moon swings, or there's different Giannis in the regular season, different Giannis. No, that's That's who I am. That's me. And I know what I want. And I'm just going to keep continue being me. And I'm okay with who I am. And what I love to do is go out there and compete. And hopefully we can be in a good position and we can win games.
Eric Name.
Hey, Giannis. After pretty much every game when I talk to Drew, I ask him questions about defense. Obviously, I like talking basketball, and Drew likes talking defense. I know you guys didn't have the same pickup runs that you might normally before a season, but could you tell me about the first time Drew defended you in a pickup run?
Usually on the same team, but we probably played remember played 1-on-1 early in the season, right before training camp, and you cannot play around with the ball with him. If you start playing around with the ball, he has great hands. He's gonna poke it away. He's gonna strip it away. You just gotta be solid, and the way I am, I gotta just be big with him. I have this saying that I have in my head: be big, because whenever it's a smaller player than me is guarding me, I just want to be big, be long, being able to shoot my hook, or just rise, get to a spot that rise over him, and just be big. But like as I said, if you play around with the ball with him, he's going to get it. He's going to get it.
Were you surprised how little he moved, like the first time you tried to back him down a little bit? Because he doesn't I've seen LeBron not moving. Like he doesn't move. Like he just gets underneath you and he can't move.
He got great legs. He got great legs. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be big with him. You cannot try to be more physical. Use more power than him. You got to be big. You got to get to a spot. You got to rise up. You got to shoot your hook. You got to move him a little bit. Shoot your jump shot over him. You got to go quick. But he's really really good defender. Great defender.
I was talking to Drew and PJ about how much the Heat move on offense, that they just cut all the time. And I think the stats show that they cut more than anyone else in the league. How different does it feel when you play them with how much they move, and how difficult does it make it on defense to defend them?
Obviously, it makes it a lot difficult. Just keep moving, keep moving, setting back pick, cutting, setting back pick, going for the ball, setting flares, DHOs, coming down, swinging into side to side, delays action. But it just reminds me of the Boston Celtics a couple years ago, 2 years ago, the way they moved from side to side, and it's a team that you gotta play 48 minutes. You cannot play 38. You cannot play 42, not 44. You got to play 48 minutes in order for you to beat them. And you got to bring your A game as effort. It's not about the game's not going to be about us, bringing our A game, offensively. It's going to be defensively, being able to keep them in front, being able to not let them go downhill for the lobs that they like, or the second side threes that they like, and offensively we're gonna figure it out. But at the end of the day, we gotta bring our A game defensively, and our effort gotta be really high.
What do you kind of think about the way that what's the one thing that sticks out about how they defend you? Everyone has a game plan for you. We've seen a million of them and we've talked about a million of them, but kind of what sticks out about the way that they defend you?
I think they're very disciplined defensively, and they just keep bringing crowd and crowd. They don't stop. That's why I said they're disciplined. Post ups, the double team, early transition. They build the crowd in front of me. They try to strip the ball whenever I spin. They're right there. They try to be physical. They just try to make everything tough, not just for me, for everybody. But at the end of the day, you got to keep playing through it, and keep finding your teammates, keep making the right pass, and just keep enjoying the game and just be able to be out there and compete.
Jim Ozarski.
Giannis, to look back briefly on the season, since we haven't spoken to you since then, how did you feel your year went? You were so process driven. Various times you'd work on some things with Josh pregame, maybe unveil it, a week or two later in a game, as you said, to try to apply what you're working on. How did you get a chance to reflect a little bit on that and how that went for you and how you did?
Personally, how my season went? That's the question. Or
Basically, yeah.
been good. Improved a lot of areas in my game. More confident in a lot of areas in my game. That's pretty much it. It does. I don't try to that. It's over with. The season is over with. I'm just trying to focus in the playoffs, and the season was good. I was happy. I enjoyed the games I played with my teammates. Enjoyed the wins we get. Enjoyed the losses we had. A lot of up and down for me and for the team, but I think overall it was a good season. We built great habits. We enjoyed it, and now it's go time.
Well, you mentioned confidence going into the playoffs. So kind of knowing that teams will try to do the things they've done in the past, prevent you from getting to the rim, maybe give you some of those outside shots or those threes. I guess has the year set you up for that, I guess, knowing going forward here that
I don't know, Jim. We'll see. And I don't know. I'm in a good place mentally, physically. Now the result is what's going to determine that, correct? But I can't worry about that. If I make the shots, yeah, I was ready. If I miss the shot, no, I wasn't ready. So you cannot. I don't worry about that. I would just worry about how I am physically, I am mentally. I'm in a good place. What I know about me is that I'm gonna be out there and I'm gonna try to compete. And I know the worst thing that can happen is me missing a shot. That's the worst thing that can happen. So I'm in a good place. I'm just gonna go out there and compete. Hopefully, the season, made me create good habits and made me ready for the playoffs. And if it didn't, it didn't. There's nothing more into that.
finally for me, I mean, there's that kind of that saying, you don't know what you don't know, right? You wouldn't know what an Eastern Conference feels like until you're in one, until you've been to one, and those types of things. So I guess the last couple of years, what can you maybe draw from that sort of pressure or microscope as your status has risen? People pay more attention to you. Whether it's teams going to follow you because they want you to shoot free throws later, they want you to have, you know what I mean? Like, what can you draw from that as you go into this playoff?
Just try to learn as much as possible from the previous playoffs run that I had and we had as a team. And as you said, pressure. I believe in that pressure is earned. If I wasn't who I am today and I didn't work as hard as I work and I didn't focus in the game, I didn't love the game, and didn't compete the way I am, we wouldn't be talking about pressure. So pressure is earned, and I love it. I'm out there. Want to compete, and I want more pressure because the better I get, the more pressure I have. And as I said, I'm in a good place mentally, good place physically. All I care about is competing and learn from like everybody else in this world, learn from the past. You know, playoff runs we had, and hopefully we can be in a better position this year.
Thanks. Steve McGargy.
Just wondering, only about a handful of you were part of the playoff roster last year. And I'm just wondering, the group you have with you now, how well suited do you think it is for the postseason, particularly maybe compared to what y'all brought to the playoffs the last couple of years?
Oh, the results going to talk for themselves. If we win, we're better. If we don't, we are the same as last year. But at the end of the day, we have a great group of guys that they're ready to compete, ready to enjoy the game, ready to put everything out there, for this team. And as I said, I love where we are as a team, and hopefully we can go out there and put everything together and be the team that advances in the next round.
Martenzi Johnson.
Giannis, you're one of 9 players either born in Nigeria or had a parent that was born in Nigeria that's going to be in this series between the two teams. What does that mean for you to share a court with so many people who have a shared heritage as you?
There are going to be 9 players that were born in Nigeria.
Either born in Nigeria or their parent was. So 6 on the Heat, 3 on Milwaukee.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. That speaks a lot of the talent, that comes from Africa. But yeah, that's amazing.
And then Bam is obviously one of those players. What's it like to share court with him, being that his parents are from Nigeria as well, but then also he's done pretty well with defending you as well. So what's it like playing with him or against him?
Playing against him is obviously tough, challenging. Obviously, he plays with a lot of effort. He goes out there and he competes and try to put his team and himself in a position to win. And so always going against guys like that is always tough. But at the end of the day, you gotta love the challenge, because that's what basketball is about. That's what life's about, seeing the challenge and facing the challenge and trying to overcome the challenge, So as I said, great player, great defender, and he definitely is a big part of what the Heat are right now.
Sure. Thank you.
Stephen Watson.
Hey, Giannis, hope you're well, man. It will end up being 730 days from the time that you guys last played a home playoff game to Saturday. What do you think that's going to mean to the fans, knowing that they're going to be at 50% capacity, the opportunity to watch you guys play, and also for you as an entertainer, how much do you think you're going to be able to feed off of that crowd energy?
I'm just happy that we were able to, perform at home in our fans, and hopefully they can enjoy the game and cheer for us. But as an entertainer, I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about how I can get the job done. How I can be locked in what I gotta do to help my team win, and hopefully in the process of doing that, I can entertain some people too. And but I'm always happy that our fans are able now at 50% capacity. They can come and watch us play because it's been a while.
And one quick follow-up about the fans. One thing I've always wanted to ask you, I think one of the most special things about you as a player is when you give your shoes away to fans. How do you decide when you are or aren't going to give your shoes away? And is there a special reason why some kid might get it over another? Or if I'm a kid trying to get a shoe from Giannis, is there a little strategy involved there?
There's no strategy. It's just it goes by feeling. I see a little kid in the crowd, cheering, and like, okay, I'm gonna make that kid's night tonight. That's all. But there's been a lot of people that have come up to me and say thank you for giving the shoes to my nephew you made his year, and that sticks with me. And we're talking about a year later. So I know that if I see a little kid that I can make his night, and he've come to watch us, support us, or maybe the other team, it doesn't really matter. I know that by me doing that, he probably going to remember it for the rest of his life, and it goes by feeling. There's no strategy. There's no, if you cheer louder for me, I'm going to give you the shoe, or if you boo me. Probably a lot of kids I've given my shoes in the past, they probably was booing me, because I've done in away games. So, it doesn't really matter. All I care about is that I can touch somebody's, heart, or whatever, the case might be. And he can become a Bucks fan or a Giannis fan. So that's it.
All right, one more to Tim Bontemps.
It's a lot of questions today, man.
I only got one for you, Giannis. Thanks for doing it. You talked a bunch earlier about learning from past playoff experiences, both for yourself and the team. Obviously, there's some new faces this year, but what have you learned from the past couple of years when you haven't gotten to where you've wanted to go, and why do you think this year will be different?
I don't know if this year is going to be different, team. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't say that. It might be the same. Who knows? We'll see. The results going to talk for themselves at the end. But at the end of the day, is that don't get too high, don't get too low. I feel like last year, probably because of the bubble, wasn't able to get away from basketball, like losing the game and just going to the hotel and seeing the players that just beat you. You got too low about yourself, and then you listen to the media, what the media has to say, and they say, oh, they're terrible, and you kind of take it too hard, and you're like, oh man, are we terrible? So and then when you win a game, oh, they're so great. Oh yeah, we're so great. Yeah, we're gonna win the whole don't get too high, don't get too low. Just go out there, do what you do, compete. Because at the end of the day, we're not gonna win 16 games straight, and hopefully we don't lose 4 games straight. So yeah, don't get too high, don't get too low, and just go out there, compete, have fun. Because what's the worst thing that can happen?
So there's nothing that to you is the biggest thing is just from a mental standpoint. It's not anything
That's
about on the court that's different or needs
On
to
the
be
court,
different.
that's on me. I'm not gonna share that. I'll talk with my coach about what we're gonna do on the court and how I approach the game on the court. So that's my game plan. But and that's like, that's my sanctuary. That I don't share that. That's who I am as a person. But mentally, it's probably that the intensity is high. The crowd, fans get involved and all that, and the media. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Just go out there, compete, and we'll see what happens in the end.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.